Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee. So today I decided that I was going to do one side of my face affordable, the other side of my face is going to be some of the high-end stuff I've accumulated. I'm also going to try to do this in one take with no edits. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't really have a high-end moisturizer, and this stuff I know works well on my face, so I'm going to do both sides with my Clean and Clear. We're just going to quickly go through this. My face is very red today, and I'm not sure why, but yeah. Okay, so I do have two different primers, but first I'm going to go in with my quick fix, just to try to hydrate my face. Shouldn't have sprayed it on both sides. Also shouldn't breathe in. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I do have two different primers. The primer that I'm going to be using on my high-end side is the Too Faced Hangover. So we're going to take that, and we're just going to, there's not much left. I need to actually buy a bottle of it. I keep telling myself I will, but, you know, I never actually get to it. So it's going to rub this in on the one half of our face. And then for the affordable side, we're going to be taking the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I'm just going to rub that in on the other side. My face is kind of confused as to what is going on right now, but it'll make sense soon. So we're going to go in next with our foundation. So we're going to go on the affordable side. We're going to be using the CoverGirl Classic Tan. I am going to be using the same beauty blender, so we'll see how well that goes. I'm just going to pat this in. I have come to the conclusion that I do look a little yellow with my foundations. And compared to what I look like in normal light, it's a little weird. My nose ring keeps popping out. Go on in there. Okay. And now we're going to go in on the affordable side with my all-nighter. I'm going to take that on the other hand. And we're just going to go ahead and pat that in. Okay, nose ring. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's the white balance or what, but I do look, or not orange, yellow. And then we're just going to blend this in a little more, and then we're going to be done with it. Okay. I think that is good. So as you can tell, my affordable side does make my face a little bit more yellow than this one. but I'm not sure if it's because I only did one coat or what. I normally only do one coat to begin with, but I don't know. Anyway, so when it comes to setting the face, I am going to use the normal go-to stuff that I use, which is the Airspun. I don't have what you would call expensive setting powder. I do want one day to have the Laura Mercier, there we go, words are difficult, powder. But as of right now, we ain't got that. So we're going to put this on down here. I've been using less and less of it because I think it makes my under eyes just a little too light compared to the rest of my face. I don't know if there's a specific powder you should use for someone who has like more tan skin. But yeah, we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes while we go into our contouring. So for affordable, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. contouring kit thingy with my go-to contour brush. Just going to go ahead and do a nice light bronzing up. Okay. And then we're going to go into our high-end contour, which is inside of my Nikki tutorials. And this is the Too Faced contour, chocolate something. I don't know. We're going to go on in. This is my go-to color. I just know I can achieve the look that I'm looking for with this. There we go. Okay, so we're done with that. So we're going to head on in with blush. And the blush I'm going to be using on the affordable side is a little palette that I have from Ulta. It wasn't expensive, so it'll do. The normal blush that I would use is a Clinique one, but I don't know what happened to it. I think I've just overused it. So we're going to go on in to this side of our face. And then we're also going to go in with this little puff, and we're going to finish wiping away the last of the powder on both sides, because I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we were going in, almost put that in the complete wrong area. And that's one side. So for our affordable side, we're going to be going back into the Too Faced, or expensive side. We're going to go back into the Too Faced, and we're going to use the I Will Always Love You color, which, as you can see, has hit pan. Just a nice light corally color. Okay. I don't know if it's just because this side of my face looks more red, but my blush is not looking right. It's kind of bringing up the texture of my cheek, and I really don't like the way my skin is textured. So we're going to head on into highlight. We're going to do the, the high-end side first, because I don't want to have to wet my brush for this, because this highlight is already strong enough as it is, and it's the Champagne Truffle. We're just going to put that Just nice and light. When I say light, I mean blinding. On half of our nose, the tip of our nose, and then on one side of our Cupid's bow. Okay, so for the highlighter, I'm going to be using, for the affordable side, we're going to be going in with the Wet n Wild one, but I have learned that I have to spray my brush first to get some nice color payoff. I don't know if it's due to the fact that I am darker, but I do have to go in with a little bit of a wet brush. Well, not wet, just misted brush. It's a really pretty highlight though. We're going on the other side of our nose, because why not? And then the other side of our Cupid's bow. It just looks really weird. Anyway, we are finally going to dive into the other parts of our face. So, because my eyebrows look like poop, we are going to do my eyebrows first. So, it's normally my go-to on both of my brows, the Nudes by Maybelline, but we are going to do that on the affordable side of our face. And we're just gonna go in and just kind of fix our brow. As you can see, my brow is already messed up a little to begin with. But, I mean, what can you do when you try to fix them yourself? And then we're going to head into the chocolate bar, and we're going to use Semi-Sweet to do the other eye. I do sometimes use this color as well for my eyebrows. Kind of just depends on which one I come across first, to be honest. Let's be honest here. The chocolate palette does have more color payoff, but I also do feel like my eyebrow does get darker faster, and I'm very heavy-handed when it comes to my eyebrows. So let's go and get on in with our eyes. Okay, so what we're going to be using for our eyes as primer, on the expensive side, we're going to be using the Insurance, which I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's kind of watery. I don't know if it's supposed to be watery or what, but it is a little watery. And we're just going to put this on our eye. Like so. And then for affordable side, we're just going to use our face primer, the e.l.f. one that we used earlier. I'm just going to pat a little. I do love the way this e.l.f. primer sits on my face. It's not heavy, and it doesn't feel too cakey, I think is one of the words I'm trying to use to describe this. So we're going to be heading in with a little brush just to set our lids. I like to use my translucent powder when I use a primer on my eye. So we're just going to like very gently dip in, because this powder is a mess. We're just going to nicely pat it all over the eye where we put our primer. And I'm going to do that to both sides. I also feel like whenever I'm using the Airspun powder, you can't be ready for the day, like dressed wise, because you will get it all over you. Like, I'm wearing a black shirt right now, and I've decided it was the worst decision of my life. But hey, what can you do about it? Okay, so we're going to be going in. Of course, I use the brush that I want to use. We're going to go in on the affordable eye first. And we're going to be using the chocolate bar palette tonight. We're just going to do a very simple eye, kind of my go-to whenever I'm in a hurry. We're going to lay down some salted caramel, which I use as a transition shade, like so. Then we're going to go in with our crease brush, and we're going to go into the semi-sweet, which is what we use for our eyebrows. We're just going to shove it on in. Shove it in. We're going to go gently after we shove it in and just gently blend. Just like so. This is going to be a really simple, nice, not really smoky eye, but it's going to be a little smoky. And then we're going to go in with my patty brush, and we're going to take this marzipan color. Don't think you can actually see that. This marzipan color. We're just going to put that on our lid. If I'm like ever in a hurry going to work or going out with some friends and I want to do a nice basic eye, this is my go-to basic eye. I know I can get it done quickly. Just like so. Okay, so we're going to head on, you know what, let's just finish the eye. We're going to go ahead and take, I don't really have a nice liner for underneath, so I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f., or not my e.l.f., my NYX, which is my go-to eyeliner. Or we'll drop it. I mean, why not? Let's just drop everything. Oof. We're good. We got it back. Okay, so we're going to put this under our waterline. What was I doing? Oh yeah, waterline. Let's get in on that. Just go nice and tight. Okay. And then we're going to head in and just very gently go underneath our eye with that semi-sweet color. I don't want anything too smoky, but I do want a little bit of definition. Like I said, just a little, just to kind of smoke out that liner. Okay. And we're also going to head in with that champagne truffle that I used for my highlight. I'm just going to shove a little onto that inner corner. And I think for my top line, I'm just going to do a little bit of a just tight line above my eye. I don't think I'm going to do a wing. And I'm going to be using the sketch marker You're So Two-Faced liner in black. I'm just gonna tight line the top. And then we're going to head on in with our Lights Camera lashes. And do our lashes. I don't do my bottom lashes. I mean, it's to each their own. I just don't really have a lot of bottom lashes to begin with. So that is the look on the affordable side. So we're going to head on into the other eye, which we're going to be using the Nudes palette. And we're going to head on in with a nice transition color, which I think we're going to use, maybe if I open it. Nice light brown. So we're going to go in with this little, I don't know what it is. I don't know names. Oh, that was darker. Oh, that was dark. Okay. So, that color was a little darker than it looked. So we're going to grab our little crease brush. We're just going to try to contain it a little, I guess. We can still achieve the look we want. I want to try to kind of mimic the color I did, or the look I did on the other side. Why don't we hit in with this? Just to try to clean up the top. It's like this nice beigey color. Just to kind of clean up what we just did. Since we did go a little too dark, as you can see. Just try to blend it on out. Okay, that's a little bit better. So we're going to head on in with our Packy brush. And we're going to go in with this white shimmery color. And we're going to put that all over our lid. There's really not that much shimmer in it as it shows. Don't get me wrong, I love Maybelline, but I don't know if it's because this palette is an older palette. It just doesn't have as much color payoff as I would like. I mean, if you look at the two eyes, they're not that different, so I kind of did achieve the same look to an extent. Okay, we're going to head on in with our tiny little crease brush and our highlight that we used. We're going to put that on in the inner corner. Okay, and then the under eye liner, we're going to just go back in with the NYX. NYX is a pretty decent priced liner. It's not the cheapest out there. But I do think it's a pretty good price. After that, we're going to take our little crease brush again, go on in with that brown color we used. We're just going to smoke out under our lash line a little bit. And then we're going to tightline the top again. But we're going to be using this Precision Smudge Proof Skinny Liquid Liner. And we're going to do our tight line. I'm really bad when it comes to top liner. I guess I just don't have the steadiest of hands. But, I mean, it is not the worst. Like I said, we're not gonna wing it or anything. I just wanted to do a tight line. And then the mascara we're going to be using is the NYX Full Figured. I actually love the brush on this one. I love the mascara on the Lights Camera Lashes, but I love the brush on this one. Okay, and we are back. So the lip that I'm going to use on the more expensive side is my Jeffree Star Androgyny. Okay, this is going to be really hard to do one side. I can barely apply this on its own, let alone only doing one side. Okay, And then on my affordable side, we're going to be using the new Wet n Wild Give Me Mocha, which is this really pretty color. I thought it kind of looked the same as Jeffree Star. It's not quite, but it's the closest thing I have. This is honestly the hardest thing I think I've ever done. Okay. And this is our final look. We have our affordable side, which looks like this. And then we have our more, wait, no, I said that wrong. We have our expensive side, and then we have our more affordable side. I have a giant pimple right there. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.